Everybody, thanks for watching. I'm really excited for 2021 because throughout Be Better Golf, I've interviewed dozens of instructors and really gotten a lot of information. It's been kind of like an information collection channel, but really now it's going to be putting it into action. I want to see what have I learned and really how good can I be. So I'm going to be doing this project for Be Better Golf in 2021 that's really big and really exciting, where I'm really trying to put it into practice. I'll tell you a little bit more about it as I'm headed to this place in downtown Los Angeles that's really cool, that's helping me with this project.
Okay, I wanted to shoot a video for that drill we talked about that you texted me about, but because I think you got to kind of see it to understand it really. But basically, he was using a golf club, but I would use the golf stick with the heavy end out. You set up your line. I've got a alignment aid here. He would use a mirror because he was in his house. You could certainly use a mirror as well, either on the driving range or at your house, just to check these lines. But ultimately, you want to have a really good understanding of what these positions are, because I think that anywhere below your waist is super, super important in your golf swing, and anywhere above your waist isn't nearly as important. So that's where he would work. So you got your setup. You're going to, as slowly as you can, you're going to turn to your takeaway. Okay. Rotate back to impact. Rotate through. Some things that I'm checking. First of all, I'm going too fast because my abdominals aren't strong enough. I'm not holding this as well as I'd like to. So that's the first thing I know, is I haven't been doing it enough. Second thing I'm looking for is I feel my right arm folds close to my side, right? I want to feel like I have extension over this line, and I'm trying to get my left shoulder over my right foot. Okay, that's kind of where I want to be. Then I'm going to look back where the ball would be, just get a reference, and I'm going to start to turn slowly into impact and feel where that is. Here, what I'm trying to do is think of the back of my left hand and the club face are synonymous, because like we talked about the other day, I want the back of your left hand to align with the club face based on your body dynamics, based on your kinesiology. So I'm going to try to think about that. My back of my left hand represents the club face, right? Is that in good impact? Have I got the face shut down? Hands ahead, all that stuff that we know is important. Turn to here, turn through. I'm trying to get a lot of extension, because again, Lee Trevino would talk about the best ball strikers are the guys that got the club going towards the target for a really long time. So again, back in this position, turn to impact, turn through to extension. The slower you can do it, the better you are. I'm not good right now. I can get better, I can go slower. Boy, if I can get in that position with my irons, I'm gonna hit it great. Got that position with my driver, I'm gonna hit it great. And then extend. I use a little bit of momentum to the hitting area, but what I don't want to do is start down by doing this. I want to make sure that I start down by turning. Okay? The more that you start to recognize that golf is a rotary motion, it's not a hit, it's a turn, the better you're going to hit it. So there it is. Hit me up with any questions.
All right, let's hit the road. Well, this all started with, and this is not the first video of this new project, which I'm not sure what I'm going to call yet, but it all started with, I was watching some of these YouTube videos, or seeing, actually not even watching YouTube videos, but just seeing thumbnails about guys would put up stuff and say like, I did 100 push-ups for a year. Here's the before and after. Or I did 100 air squats for a year. Here's the before and after. You know, like those fitness kind of videos. And it started me thinking about, man, it would be really cool to, you ever see the old meme, the old Tiger Woods meme, where it showed what he did in like his peak training days? So like wake up 4 a.m., work out, hit balls, play 9 holes, hit balls again, do putting. And it was like a whole schedule of his day. I was like, wow, it would be really amazing to do something where like, for a long period of time, for like an average golfer like me, to follow Tiger Woods' schedule and see how good you got. So that's basically what I'm thinking about doing. Is I don't, because of my family life and everything else, I can't. What I would want to do is like move. The ideal would be I would, you know, like move my whole family to a golf course and do that for a year and vlog the entire journey and process and everything, and you know, really the total heart of the matter of Be Better Golf, right? That will always just remain a pie in the sky thing, probably. But if I want to actually do it, then I got to communicate with my family, and I got to, you know, really organize my life between my regular job and everything else to be like, all right, what is the maximum amount of work somebody could put into their golf game, and like, you know, but like, you know, that has a life and a job and stuff, not even a college golfer or a pro golfer or anything. Things in 2021 are really coming together for Be Better Golf as far as like the connections I've made and stuff through doing the channel. And I think I have an opportunity at this place in downtown Los Angeles that you guys will see called the Golf Performance Lab. A really good friend of mine called Du Kang, who I've known for about 15 years, has always had a dream of opening an indoor golf performance lab that was really based on science and not just for like training golfers to get better, but also like discovering new ways of getting better and stuff. Anyway, so Du has opened this place that you'll see that we're driving to now. That is really, really awesome. And it's got like, you'll see later, it's got like 5 different bays, and it's got foresight and all this tech and everything like that. Plus, Du himself has a real great fundamental knowledge of the golf swing. I'm organizing something with the Golf Performance Lab to be able to train there like unlimited as much as I can. Also, I'm organizing something with a golf course, or some people at a golf course, to be able to play golf as much as I can. And then also I'm organizing to be able to practice with a college golf team to kind of stay sharp against good players, or get sharp against good players. And then I'm organizing some golf fitness things as well. And then I'm mashing this all together with my schedule to try to, the basic idea will be how good can I get in 100 days of training. So the whole thing that really brought this together is that, and that went from, okay, this is just like a fun idea, to something I'm actually going to do, is because, as you guys know, since Bertie Cordell came out here in 2019, I think, when Bertie came out here, I really became totally obsessed with impact, and I tried like hell to get my impact from flipped to not flipped. And I almost got to the point where I didn't really think there was a teacher that can get a student from being somebody who has a flip in their swing. Basically, the club head is past an extension of your lead forearm before impact, to somebody who has the club head trailing an extension of their lead forearm. That's stuff that DST Golf always talks about. And if you saw that video with Mike Malaska, I told him, I can hit the ball like, you know, a foot from the hole, but if somebody took a face-on video of it and I was flipped at impact, I just don't care. You know, it's that, like, I'm that obsessed with impact. And I did the first big chunk of learning how I was going to change my impact was in Beyond Grade Impact, which was a year ago. And that really got me on to where I found a way to do it, but I needed certain apparatus to really make it happen. And the transference has been very tough over the last year to get it to happen, especially on every swing, especially at full motion. Just recently, from doing Beyond Grade Impact, but just recently from doing the driving force, that's when I really made a discovery because I did the driving force, and then a week later I saw Jay Keel out in La Quinta, and he had me do that waist to waist functional swing plane stuff, and that's when I was like, oh, because for the first time I was always able to get lag tension, but only at like 40 to 60%. Now I was getting lag tension, and it was at about 80% effort, but my ball was flying about 92% of its normal distance. So if I was using a 7-iron, and I usually hit my 7-iron 170, I was hitting 7-iron like 158 or something like that, and or maybe even a little more. But it felt like I was barely hitting it, and I was getting the tour impact that I want. So now, and then I went, when I first visited the Golf Performance Lab, just to see that if it was a fluke, I started doing it on their equipment with the Swing Catalyst software that they have, shuttling through the 240 frames a second video, and I saw, oh, I'm doing it here too. So I really know, it got me, it was almost like a shark that's like sleeping, but then like the smallest drop of water finally like comes across its, nostrils, and it just goes into an insane frenzy. So that's really been the last week, a week and a half, have been this insane frenzy of setting things up so that I can take this move that I'm doing at about 80% and learn to do it at 100%, and then not only learn to do it, but then make that my swing. Because that's what I found in the course of doing the channel. One of the main things I found is that I can, in about 25 to 45 minutes, almost any instructor in America can get me hitting the ball really good. And I've become like very good at taking golf lessons. But the stickiness and making that my own swing, that's got to come from me. That's what that really, because any long-term real changes, they got to come from you, especially too, because if you believe in that 10,000 hours thing or 10,000 repetitions, whatever it is, then to make a change, a lot of golf teachers are telling me it's about 10,000 balls. And anyway, so I think that would be about 100 days. All right, so this is it. The location's great. Downtown LA is right there, so it's just about a block off the freeway. And this is the Golf Performance Lab. It's just being finished now, and it just opened a couple weeks ago, and they're just opening up the extension in about a week so that there's multiple training bays here. Just slide in here. So this is just really the lobby, and then we're gonna go upstairs. All right, so I'll show you around a little bit. This is where you first come in. They might do some putting stuff down here, but this is really it. As you go up, bring your sticks with you. That's Dew in the center. He's the coach of Whittier College golf team, men and women's. This is, they're starting some stuff here. Some office space up front. And this is it. So they're gonna do, I did a little tour with Dew, but I'll just show you guys. They're gonna have blast motion putting there. He does a lot of teaching on this baseball training aid here to show people how they should actually pivot for golf. Some merch. This is the lesson area. And what I like about it, it's pretty spacious too. So the tech is a Foresight here, Swing Catalyst software, and 240 frame high speed video that replays every swing. Obviously some training aids and things. And then over here in this other room that they're building out right now, and turn on the lights. So this is going to be really where the transformation happens, the Be Better Golf transformation. So they have the whole project, the 100-day project. Each bay is going to have foresights. So there's 1, 2, 3 different foresights, and then these ground-mounted monitors, and each one has a computer. And then the fourth bay is, they're really big believers in K-Vest here. So that's what Dew is doing over the next week or so, or 10 days. They're finishing the mural, and then they're going to be building this K-Vest hitting bay there. K-Vest is something that you put on, and you it tracks the basically how synced you are. So yesterday was a big day where I was setting up some stuff for this big project that I'm about to do coming up, but also really almost getting an early jump on some of it because I played 18 holes of golf at Trump National. Great shot.
I see what you mean, Mike. This is a 3.
And then I hit balls for 2 hours with their coach, talked to another golf coach, and then I went back home and then hit balls for an hour or so and talked to another golf coach in Long Beach and set some things up on the phone for this stuff coming up. Now and today I'm gonna do some light balance and fitness stuff over here just to get warmed up, and then eventually Do is going to set this up for me so that I can start working on what I'm working on, and I'll tell you guys about that in a second because I think it's pretty revolutionary. So I was asking Do if I'm going to do this 100 days and really try to get good. Do you're saying that you really want to concentrate on the early part of the process on making sure that your body is moving correctly?
Correct.
Right, rather than like going straight to trying to hit certain shots.
Yeah.
So specifically, like if you were doing it, what would you be working on?
So I would I work on proper footwork, leg work. So I'm working in that order. So I'm looking at feet, how the feet's working,
Yeah.
the legs, pelvis, torso. So those are the key things that I would first work on.
Yeah.
And then the things that would trail on would be the arms, hands, and the club. So if I can get the lower part, the feet, the legs, the pelvis, the torso to work properly, it's very easy to adjust the arms and the hands and the club because those are the last things that's trailing.
What's the best way to train, no holds bars? What is the best way to train those kind of things? Is that K-Vest? Is that is that just swing catalyst software?
Combination of K-Vest and the swing software.
So it's the either the 3D feedback or the 2D feedback.
Because all of the data that you get on K-Vest and the swing sequences, and then you can see it from the swing catalyst. It starts matching. Mm-hmm. So when you can feel it with the K-Vest and then you can see it with the swing catalyst, you'll feel an immediate change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then specifically for me, because that's one thing, like everybody's always said, like I'm like a slinky or I just move around too much. Yeah. And I know that I need more structure in my swing in general.
You have great structure from pelvis on up.
Oh, okay.
With the arms, clubs, everything is good.
Yeah.
The thing that's making you kind of move around and getting those inconsistencies, you have a lot of legs, knee movement.
So kind of demonstrate what I'm up to now as far as with the legs.
So right now with the legs, currently what I see is the left leg bends too much. So you have internal pressure, right?
Yeah.
On the left leg. And then with the right leg, you extend.
It's going straight.
So from the front view, if I see where your hip pelvis sockets are, it actually dips.
Gets lower,
down this way, right? And then you're trying to get this. So there's a lot of movement.
It. Yeah.
You want to feel like structure with the knees, slightly external pressure, not towards bowing. It's going to be, you're going to maintain that A-frame.
Yeah.
Athletic position, slightly external pressure, and then from there you're going to feel that stretch of keeping this braced, the legs braced, and then the pelvis is rotating around. So there is a bend, but your hips are going to rotate on that plane. It's not.
Because you're saying like if I'm swinging on a real unstable base, it's just making the game so much harder.
Oh yeah, because that ball's on you're bottoming out on one point right here, right? So that ball's not moving. So if your legs are moving, I don't care how good of a plane you are here, you're bottoming out in a totally different place, right? Mm-hmm. So it's key to really stabilize the legs, get proper leg.
And when you properly stabilize the legs, does that kind of like activate or instigate your then hips and butt to fire in the right way?
Yeah, because I've had, like I was telling you, I always fought overactive legs. And as I've been practicing with the K-Vest, what I've been feeling was, since now I've been...
So you had overactive legs and underactive hips.
Correct. Yeah.
So you were replacing real hip motion with just a bunch of leg.
So now that I've actually stabilized my legs and I'm using more pelvis and torso, I actually feel like I'm using my glutes and my core more now.
Okay.
Before I did it, everything was just more of a whole. Everything was rotating and sliding, getting out of the shot. But now I feel like I'm trying to get more structure with the legs, and then I'm feeling that stretch. It's braced leg, and then hip rotation, right? And what we discussed before, just getting a good rotation and shift with the hips. Keep feeling that brace on the.
Yeah, and then feeling on the way through, feeling like that wall that stops you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be. So one of the main kind of vitamin drills that I've been doing that's really been helping my impact has been what feels like just waist high to waist high, but like try to actually get it some distance there.
Yeah.
But I think if I can mix in doing that drill, but not like that,
Yeah.
with a lot more brace and structure in the lower body, more like that.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
So when I was talking to you about the left shoulder move.
Oh, okay. Yeah, show me. The left shoulder
Kind of the
move.
level-
Dude was talking about. Show me that.
Feeling of
Yeah.
level left. A lot of tendencies of the golf swing, the left shoulder. When you focus on that left shoulder as you're coming down, that left shoulder, for a lot of people, they want to pop that thing up pretty high. It comes up really high.
Yeah, especially like when I was working on leg work with the left leg.
And it's hard to stay down and compress through. So the feeling is, and you're not going to actually do it, but from the top, you want to feel like this left shoulder is opening up, rotating level, and opening up to the left.
Yeah, even to that point, it hasn't gotten very high.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And then eventually, as you keep rotating, it'll pop up, but we don't want to pop it up coming like this, hitting it down, right? So you want to feel like from the top, that left shoulder, while it's coming down, it's rotating level to the left.
Yeah. All right. Because I want to nail at least this drill down. This is going to be like the main part of what I'm doing. So you're saying if I'm just going from here to here,
Yeah.
we don't want to go
Nope.
there.
Nope.
We want to go.
Yeah.
Almost. Something fell my balance off. So I'm going here, here. Watch this, dude.
Okay.
You felt that was good, other than being fat.
Oh, you gotta hit it again.
Did I hit it hard enough?
Yeah.
You don't have to hit it hard, right?
No.
I was just gonna catch better.
Yeah. It was actually.
So watch this. So easy thoughts. More braced in the lower body.
Yeah.
More. Keep that shoulder down, and then rotate right through impact.
Yeah.
Right off of the transition. More. How's that one look? So what do you look as a coach? What are you looking for right now?
Well, I mean, I always start from the face on. Especially with students, I don't like to kind of view both. So I would kind of block one out.
Right.
And I would focus more because you can catch a lot from here, just from this view.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is really where the rubber meets the road, the face-on view, right?
Face on view, you can see a lot of. So like you said, that's kind of the
Trigger.
trigger that you use for your swing, right?
Yeah, that was all right there. It wasn't too big.
Yeah. So like for you, I think you don't have to feel the lateral slide with your hips like as I do, because
I can just go straight into
you
rotating.
can actually feel like from the top, from here, you just want to feel like that rotate. You don't want to shift a little bit, because I think sometimes if you do that too much, you will shank it, right? Because everything kind of gets more ahead of it.
Yeah.
So you want to, for you already have enough of that, the pelvis shifting. For me, it was laid way back, and I had the legs drive for me. But for you, you have ideal amount of that. So it's for you, it's more.
Yeah,
of
it's
a
kind of built
feeling
in
of-
already.
Yeah, yeah. So you want.
So it's more of a feeling of just rotating straight from the top.
Yeah. Because you don't want to get too far ahead of it, right? So I mean, for me, if I see that, I mean, the left leg is a little bit too far out,
Okay.
and the hips also. So I mean,
Then I got to an R8 impact, but yeah, what you're saying is, I think, really valid. Because I was over the top for a long time, so I've always been kind of afraid from the top of just spinning, you know.
Yeah.
But you're saying, watch this, dude. If I go like that more,
Yeah.
so if I do it slow.
So when you said
That
you're
felt super rotational to me.
So when you said you feel you're afraid of coming over the top,
Yeah.
if your swing sequence, if your swing comes down on the proper sequence, because like for example, you said you're coming over the top.
Yeah.
It's because you don't have enough. Initiate the downswing with your pelvis, and then this is coming.
It's coming
first,
with it,
right?
or
So,
first, yeah.
So if this is starting the downswing, and then the pelvis is starting the downswing, and the torso is trailing, the arm is trailing, hands is trailing, club is trailing. If it comes in that order, it's not going to shift over the top.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if the hip pelvis doesn't have enough rotation from the top of the swing,
Yeah.
and your torso or your arms or your club is initiating first, that's when you're going to have.
Okay. So you're saying as long as the hips. All right. So this is really the foundation of what I'm going to be doing. I've been working for about an hour in here with Duke, who was showing me, really, he thinks my knee action is going to be super crucial as I'm doing it. But this video that's on the loop here is really the foundation of what I'm trying to do, because I know that with this drill that feels very short to me both ways, that's really what my full swing should be. So now I have a roadmap, because if we look at this, and I can hit this all the way up to, with a 7-iron, all the way up to like 150 yards. But if we look at this, a few different things, if you know, for me, my problem has always been, I was flipped at the bottom. So there we see the impact. If we go and do Birdie's DST thing here, and this is what was so exciting, is that, oh, I'm finally getting that impact I want. It's a shallow delivery, but at impact, and let's make sure we can still see the ball. We don't cheat it here. Yeah, perfect. So if we go to impact and we draw a line from, is that impact? No, that's impact. From where the elbow bends through the lead wrist, we can see that the golf club has not passed this extension of the left forearm at impact. And then if I go to where they do come in line, is 2 frames past impact. So that's really good, and that's been really tough for me to do. And basically, Du was saying that was really said it perfect. Du was saying he calls it the magic inch. So it's like you want your hands like 1 inch forward of the ball at impact, but there's so many players that are even equal with the ball or an inch behind, but that 1 inch makes like a huge difference. I'm just trying to nail this drill so I can capture and take it with me. It's okay. It's just too much. I'm too excited. It's 158 yards. Shouldn't go that far. And it's too far on the way through. It needs to be there and no more. That's the discipline that I need to get a lot better at. If I want anything positive to happen out of this process, I need to have discipline. That was it. All right, that was discipline. So pretty close to the line, as much as I could anyway. 150 yards. So let's capture this one. All right, that last one was good. So let's go here. I've been trying to just capture one swing where I'm doing actually my drill pretty good. And what I did was I put a line basically through my shoulders. And I don't want the hands to go much higher than that. Feeling anyway, sometimes they will go actually higher than that. So let's see, it's feeling right about there. Impact check here, let's go to the gold line here. Shuttle through frame by frame. Where's the impact? Right, back one. We go tip of the left elbow through the wrist. That straight line has got to point past the ball to have any chance of ever being fairly decent at golf. So I'm doing that. That was right here, 150 yards. Just here and crash into it. Some leg work stuff to work out, but I'm kind of working backwards. I'm getting the impact, and then I'm getting all the leg work and all that stuff. So anyway, the whole project is going to be starting soon. It's going to be something about training for 100 days. I don't know if I can do it in a row, but like training for 100 days really hard. And Du was saying, you know, if I have the feedback and I have the tools, and then if I really can get myself in here often, you know, so that it doesn't, you know, cool, my performance doesn't, like I have to relearn and start from scratch because I missed a week or even missed like 5 days, then I should be able to get a whole lot better. So please subscribe to the channel, hit the post notification bell. You're going to see a whole lot more frequent videos coming from this process, and I'll let you know how it's going and what I'm learning. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later.